Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Kuill. Kuill is from England in the UK. So let's see what Kuill has to say. Enjoy the interview.
How are
So,
you?
hello,
Yeah,
hello, Kuill. I'm very well. How are you doing today?
good, really good, thank you, really good.
By the way, thanks so much for taking the time to interview. My God, when I sent you the message, I was expecting, I was like, wow, he accepted. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, why not?
So tell me, how was your day today?
It's been good. I had the gym earlier and I've been finalizing my next EP, a few of the songs. I've got a few different producers who are working on this next one. So we've been sending things back and forth and it's sounding exciting.
So tell me, what was the highlight of your day today?
The highlight of my day was picking up my little boy from school.
Oh,
He's in reception. He's only 5, and it's a very nice crash back down to reality. So no matter how busy the day has been or stressful or whatever, in that moment, it's like nothing
wow.
matters. You know.
That's beautiful, beautiful. And tell me, so let's start the interview, Quill, talking about your career. I know you are a singer, a songwriter. So tell me how everything started.
Sure, yeah. For me, I've always been like a singer and a writer since I was very young, since I was like 14, 15 years old. And originally at my school, my music teacher, I'm from a very humble background, as in like I was born and raised on a council estate, didn't have a lot of money, had 5 other siblings, so there was a lot of us. So I didn't have like music lessons or anything like that, or no music equipment. So my music teacher for my 16th birthday surprised me and bought me through a grant at the school like some speakers and a little keyboard and some things to get me going really. And that kind of made a massive impact obviously on who I am because it allowed me to do music stuff. And then I started writing songs and performing publicly, doing weddings and events and that sort of thing. And it all developed from there. And then I started releasing my own music as an artist.
Yeah.
Back then, I was just my normal name, and I ended up going on a TV show because Gary Barlow, who's a songwriter and Take That, I have massive respect for him, and I wanted to meet him and work with him. And little did I know that doing that would take me on this ridiculous journey of touring the whole country, touring the West End, meeting and working with Take That and Gary and Robbie Williams and all of that, being in a boy band. And then after all that finished, and I went traveling writing wise, went to Sweden and America and all of that sort of stuff. And then all the COVID stuff happened, which obviously was awful. And I carried on with the writing and work and stuff. And I thought, do you know what? I want to be an artist and I want to release music that people can get emotional to. And I want it to be like a fresh, clean slate. And that's when Quill was born. And the quill is essentially like a tribute to being a writer.
Right.
But if you spell it with a if you spell it with a Q, then you just get thousands of search terms on Google. So I had to make my own spelling, and then after that, obviously, adopted a little boy, and he joined our family when he was 1, when he was just still a baby, and got him all the way through that. And that kind of gave me this dual life of being a dad for the first time, but also trying to be a brand new artist for the first time. And
Wow.
did complement each other because it inspired me to write lots of interesting songs.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going on tour. I put a band together, quite a big band, and we went on tour all over the country. And I ended up getting scouted for The Voice, another TV show, but obviously years later. So I thought, what's to lose? I'm only getting older and wrinklier. I may as well do these sort of things while I'm still young and can enjoy it. So I took part in the Voice TV show and I got Sir Tom Jones as a mentor. And it was
Wow.
amazing. And I got to meet Hannah Waddingham. And it was just a crazy, crazy, wonderful experience, which then led to me performing at Twickenham to 80,000 people, singing God Save the King and
Wow.
Jerusalem. Crazy times. And then after that, I put my band back together. And this time we had I think it was like a 14-piece band. And we did a big press night. And I've just finalized all the details of the tour and a new album coming. And yeah, it's just been crazy, and I'm fully independent. So one of the highlights of last year was my album. It got a top 40 in the official UK charts entirely because of like the fans and things like that. So I'm really like grateful for the sort of opportunities I've been getting. And yeah, it's been mad. So that's kind of roughly the very broad points of where I'm at now. There's lots of other stuff in between that, lots
Yeah,
of emotional stuff, but that's just broad strokes, really.
I love that. I think, when you do something with passion, I think you just go for it. You just follow the
Yeah,
dream. You just
absolutely.
follow the
Yeah, you've
intuition.
got to, you've got to.
Amazing. Great. And Chris, so tell me where you're from.
Where I'm from. So
Yeah,
I'm from Yorkshire, Leeds in England, obviously, and
uh,
it's gorgeously green, and the people are lovely.
amazing. And all your family live there as well?
Yeah, all my family live not in Leeds, but they also live in Yorkshire, different areas. Some of them live by the seaside, and some of them live still like in more rural areas.
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Sure,
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
let's do it. Let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend, full of random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just first, relax before the first question. Okay?
Fun.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, don't want to answer, always can change, okay? Amazing. First question is, if I would ask your best friend right now to define yourself in a positive and a negative word, what they would say?
Positive, he'd probably say dad of the group. That seems to be my role in life. Negative, he'd probably say control freak. I've got a little bit of OCD. I like things to be tidy and organized.
What's the biggest joy of being Kuill? What do you like the most about being you?
Putting all of my who I am, my Meraki into what I do, and having that there forever that will like outlive me. Getting to create some sort of art that not everyone has to understand, but for me, it's very kind of cathartic to be able to put everything I've felt over the years into these songs, and they're like little marker points in my life.
Beautiful. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Kuill. Next question is, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or not, who that would be and why?
Oh, tough question. Probably, probably Meatloaf. If I could have dinner with one person, I'd choose Meatloaf because I think he'd have some amazing stories, and I love what he does.
And if you'd had the opportunity to be together, what would be your first question?
My first question to him would be, how does he inject so much passion into everything he does? What's the secret? That's what I'd ask him.
Wow. And growing up, when you realized that, okay, I was born to be a singer, that's my path. Did you have the support of your family at the time?
Yeah, I always had the support of my family in being a singer. Whether or not my family thought that that was a realistic profession you could have, I don't think so, because in my walk of life, like being a singer, it's not something that you can make money from. It's just kind of a thing you do and you go get a real job. So a bit of both for that one.
And growing up, did you have idols, people that you looked up to?
Definitely, yeah. Some celebrity idols, people like Elton John, George Michael, Brandon Flowers from The Killers, Mick Hucknall from Simply Red, and then like normal people, I guess, my music teacher, my family, lots of different role models, really. My vice principal in Frost, people who I guess have formed who I am today, yeah.
And besides your son, which person in your life right now you feel more connected with or more close to?
Whew, Probably my husband. I think it's been a long journey, and he understands what it is out of life I enjoy, I think.
Okay, so your husband is watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message, what would you say?
Thank you for your unconditional support, and for being there every step of my journey and every step of our lives.
Sweet, very sweet. Next question. Okay, so before the next question, tell me when the opportunity to be part of the Voice UK 2024 show came along. How things got together.
So I was in London performing a gig, a storytelling gig as well. And after the show, I got contacted by them. Basically, it's a rep from the show had seen me perform, because a lot of these talent shows, people are scouted, and they'd seen my videos of me performing, and they wanted to see if I'd come and potentially audition. And I thought about it for a while, and then obviously that did lead me to going and doing it, as long as my story didn't focus on what I'd done before and was more focused on moving forward. So that was kind of the crux of it.
Beautiful. Next question is, which question you'd like to be asked?
Oh, what my favorite ice cream flavors are and why.
So tell me
Passionate about ice cream.
which one that would be, if you could choose one right now, which one that would be?
So it won't just be one, it'd have to be two, because I like the contrast of flavors, and it would always be mint choc chip and pistachio, because I think it's always the green ice creams I love. And you put them together and it's just a really nice blend of like refreshing and nutty and just lovely. Perfect flavors to go together.
Do you like cooking, William?
I like yeah, I like cooking. I prefer baking. I like cakes and things like that. But I can cook, I think.
Between you and your husband, who cooks the most?
I cook the most, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
I like basic, simple meals, bolognese, steak, and pasta dishes, and things like that. Easy to cook things.
Tell me something. You mentioned already about having a son, yeah? Did you always thought about having, raise a child, or it was just something that's just kind of sparked in your life?
When I was young, definitely I always knew I wanted a family, because it's kind of because I have such a big family myself. I've got four brothers and one sister, and lots of aunties and uncles and
Wow.
nieces, nephews and cousins. So I always knew I wanted a family, and we waited a long time before starting a family, because obviously the pressures of life and financial things. So then, yeah, making the decision to have a child was an easy one, because it was something I really wanted to do.
What's the biggest joy of being a dad?
Being able to remove yourself from things that you used to think were important, and then suddenly just become insignificant. It's like no matter what day you're on, no matter how stressed you are at something, there's kind of the realization that actually one day this is all that's going to matter.
And what's the most meaningful lesson you've learned from him so far?
I've learned to find joy in simple things.
Wow, beautiful. Next question, let's do it. Okay. Do you consider yourself to be a spiritual person, and how?
Yeah, I do think I think I'm a spiritual person. I don't necessarily believe in one God or one supreme being, but I do believe there's energies or something there that helps people or doesn't help people. Maybe the closest thing of explaining it would be like karma and that sort of thing. But I would say I'm quite spiritual. I do believe we have a soul, and I believe that when we're gone, we leave parts of our soul with other people, and our soul can go on through other people as well.
What's the meaning of life for you, Will?
For me, the meaning of life is being happy with every decision, good or bad, and finding peace with any experiences I've had, and being able to sit one day and go, all of these things have made me who I am today, and I can use that to help other people.
Do you think happiness is a choice?
Yes.
Why is that?
I believe that sometimes frame of mind and perspective is really important. Sometimes people can always see the glass as half empty and never see it as half full. And optimism is so important, especially in the modern world when there's so much negativity in the news and in the world. It is hard to look at the good things and remind yourself, oh, actually, these things will sustain. And that takes willpower sometimes. Like you've got to sometimes pull yourself out of a hole. So yeah, yeah.
Amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Do you like dancing? Of course.
Terrible dancer.
Before the next question, when I was checking your profile a little bit, you were mentioned about your single "Sleeping Satellites." Yeah.
Yeah.
My question for you is: tell me the inspiration behind of the music, how the single.
So the single "Sleeping Satellite" is a gorgeous song from the 90s that was very successful in a lot of countries, actually, by an artist called Tasmin Archer. And it was a song that, as I was growing up, was just really, really meaningful. And I love the lyrics and I love the kind of mysteriousness of it. And it's a much more traditional singer-songwriter song. So I wanted to kind of pay homage to that era of music that I love by modernizing it and releasing a version.
For you to be able to, when you write your songs, do you need to be, in your own space? Do you need to have some ideas? How does it work for you when you have inspiration?
A few different ways. Some days I'll wake up and I'll go do something, and then an idea will just come into my head, and I'll need to voice note it or something. And then other days I'll go to the studio and I'll start on the piano and I'll put a little simple idea together. It really does depend. And some days the tap will be on and everything will come through and it will work perfectly. And I'll be like, this makes sense. This makes sense. And other days it's stubborn and it won't work, and I'll sit for hours and just nothing good will come out. I'll be able to write, but I know that it's rubbish.
Next question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
Yeah, I'd say I've got a few family members and definitely some professionals I work with who I see them living their lives to the fullest and getting the best out of everything. And some people, for example, a good example is Gary Barlow, is he is still making music, still out there performing. He's got another tour and he's knocking on a bit. And he loves what he does so much that it's a massive part of his life. So he's not going to let anyone tell him that he needs to stop, sort of thing. And I love that energy. I love this is what I do and I'm going to do this for as long as I possibly can. I like that.
Oh, question for you, Will. Growing up as a gay boy, did you have the support of your family? It was a bit tricky for you. And, regarding that in your career, do you think it's something that, did you ever had anything, a problem or something that you felt, somehow excluded because of your sexuality or not? You never felt that?
Yeah, definitely. When I was young, I went to a public school, and there's definitely the stress of growing up gay, because some people are horrible, and there's also a big question to be asked about things like feminism within being gay and how people fear that and make you feel uncomfortable, and that makes you scared to be kind of more effeminate in general. So that's a big part of it. But certainly, as I've been growing up and I've been in the music industry, it's a lot more tolerant of just every kind of person and a lot more comfortable. And I do feel like in the last 10 years or so, I've been able to be very comfortable with who I am. I own a rugby club, and it's mostly full of straight muscular men, and they all are very, very lovely to me. So I can't complain, really.
Beautiful. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me 3 names of, all-time favorite artists in your life. That's, I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, but 3 names only that for you is like, they need to be there in this three names.
Whitney Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Flowers,
Okay.
Elvis Presley.
Okay.
There's tons of others, but
All right. So let's pretend that Whitney Houston and Elvis Presley is still on. Let's pretend they're still here. My question for you is, one day you're going to wake up in the morning with 3 missed calls on your phone from those 3 people just mentioned right now.
Yeah.
Which one you call back straight away? Which one you send a message saying, I'll call you back later? And the third one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, just go like, okay, I can call in another time.
I think I'd have to ring back Whitney because I feel like we'd get on much better. I'd text Elvis and say I'll ring you back later, and I won't contact Brandon Flowers because I've got plenty of time with him because he's got a long life ahead of him. That's how I'd do it.
Cheeky. I love it. Next question is, how would you describe a perfect friendship?
The perfect friendship is honesty and reflection and support and standing in the rain with you when things are difficult, and also celebrating wins, not just like big wins, but just little simple wins, making you feel like, you know, the simple things in life are to be celebrated, and grounding as well. Like, you know, friends should help ground you in whatever you do professionally, just bring you back to that place where you're like, you know what, this has value for me and can make me feel good.
What's the biggest difference between you and your best friends, and the biggest similarity?
The biggest difference is that we sit in different lanes in terms of where we are in life. I'm focused on family at the minute and other things, and different people are focused more on professional careers and work. And some people are just buying houses, and some people have got houses. I'd say that the most similar thing between our friends is we are all very goofy and nerdy and allow each other to express that part of our personality with each other, like comic cons and dressing up and that sort of thing, which I think now being a dad is something I want to keep doing because I want to be able to my son to be happy and comfortable enough to express whatever nerdiness he has within him, and know that it's okay to have fun as well, and that you're never too old to have fun, I guess.
Beautiful. Last question, ready?
Yep.
Last question. But before the last question, I'm going to put in the spot now. Through your career, tell me a moment or a situation that for you, you're never going to forget. For, you know, could be anything that for you always going to have a special place in your heart.
The opening night of our show, we'd obviously just won a national TV show, and we'd been rehearsing and all of that sort of stuff for months. And we get to the opening night, which just so happened to be my birthday. And the curtain was in front of us, and you could hear the roar of the people, and all of my family were there, and all of my friends were there. And it was like the best birthday present ever. As soon as that curtain went up and I saw the thousands of people and all the people that came to stage door, and it was the most kind of overwhelming feeling I've ever experienced in my life. And I can never let go of that image.
Wow. Tell me the feeling, Kuill, when you are performing, when you are singing. Tell me, what do you feel? What's going on in your head, in your like in your in your body or in your heart? Tell me the feeling.
The best, it's already been described by Elton John in a song called Electricity. It's like a current, and the more people enjoy it, and the more they clap, and the more they enjoy the music, the more powerful the electric is. And it makes me feel alive, I guess. You know, it makes me feel like what I'm doing matters.
Beautiful. Last question is, what's the best advice have you ever given?
Best advice I've ever given.
Yeah.
Hard work will always beat talent. There's lots of talented people, but hard work and consistency always wins in the end.
Beautiful. Okay, so the idiots, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with money.
Donuts.
Family.
Love.
Fear.
Sadness.
Life.
Meaning.
Love.
Forever.
Religion.
All.
Sex.
Cheeky.
Politics.
Angry.
Friendship.
Nerdiness.
Desire.
Content.
Regret.
Memories.
Success.
Happiness.
Wish.
Tough one. Youth. I'll pick youth.
Happiness.
Laughter.
One word for England.
Proud.
One word for singer.
Meaning.
Songwriter. One word.
Storyteller.
And the last one now, music. One word.
Language.
Wow, I like that. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your husband for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, what's the most beautiful thing about Kuill, and what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on? What he would say?
He'd probably say the most beautiful thing is my humor. And he'd probably say I still need to work on my tolerance for mess and chaos.
Let's play now, Kuill in the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before asking the question, when people come to see your concerts, when people can come to, to see your performance, what's something that would you like people to take with them, when they leave your show?
I like them to take the concept of what I was trying to say. I try and always leave a message in a live show, and I like people to leave and be introspective and think about what I've said and if that impacts them.
Beautiful. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
In the last 10 years, what has been the moment that made you think, I want to do this for me? I want to do something for me. Was there a clear point in 10 years where you were like, yeah, this is the moment I'm going to start focusing on something for me? Or has it just evolved over time?
Wow. Great question. You put me in spot now. I was expecting that. Wow. You know what? Okay. It's going to sound a bit cliche, but it's the honest, is it the truth come from my heart right now. I always believed, Kuill, that we can do anything in life, different things in life, and still be happy. Yeah, I think all of us, we can, perform different careers or different things and still feel the happiest. But I always had this thing in the back of my mind, like, my God, how is the feeling when you wake up every morning and go like, well, you know what? I love what I'm going to do today. I love what I do for life. And I always admire those people, like people around me, like talking to friends, people, they go like, my God, I go to work, I don't feel like I'm working, I feel like I'm enjoying, have the best. It's like, my God, how does it feel it? One day, during the COVID, I went for a run in the park. Yeah, you remember you could leave the house once a day for exercise. So I was going for a run every afternoon. And I remember the moments, I remember the day exactly and the place where I was running, and this idea of the magic box came along, and I was like, wow, that's something that I remember that I stopped for a moment. I was like, my God, that's powerful what I'm feeling right now. So I think that was the moment that I realized that I said, you know what, now I know the feeling when people wake up in the morning, feeling like, wow, that's what I do from, it meant to be for me. This when I think about the magic box, like, my God, if I would see someone doing that, I would feel like, my God, that's amazing, I'd love to be doing that. So it's cliche, but it's the honest answer for you. I think that was the moment for me, the last 10 years, that somehow it's changed my life, literally. Not like, financially anything, but me, like
Yeah,
when I could,
in there, yeah.
yeah, it was something here that I was like, wow. And I, and I'll go to bed every night thinking about the magic box. I wake up every single morning. I can't wait to wake up and post like a thumbnail of the interview of the day every day. It's powerful. And you know what I mean? I'm sure when you sing, when
Yeah,
you're performing,
100%. That's why I wanted to ask that question, because it's something when you tap into it, it's something that other creatives who have been through that journey of birthing something like that, it's a really overwhelmingly
and
gorgeous feeling.
and I got goosebumps just saying that because it's so great for you to be able to, and again, I still, I still have the job, and I love things that I do. I'm very grateful for everything, but I tell you from my heart, this show, it's something that's meant to be for me, and I'm the happiest and the most grateful person in the world for that, and I always will be. So that's for sure. Yeah, my answer.
Good
Great.
answer. Good answer.
Enjoy the interview.
Lovely, thank you. It's been good fun.
Thanks again. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're a busy man and you made time for the interview. Thanks again.
Thank
But
you.
before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, pick things that make you feel like you want to get out of bed in the morning and go do them, because nobody knows how long they get. And that's why it's important to do these things, no matter how difficult they are, no matter whether you succeed or not. Things like that, you'll wake up one day and regret everything you didn't try, even if you had the opportunity and chose not to. So I'd say that, and make sure you love yourself more when you need it. Don't be so hard on yourself in general life.
Beautiful.
Lovely stuff.
I mean,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Regards to your partner and your son and your family. And you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Lovely.
Okay?
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Take
Speak
care. Bye.
soon. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.